It's time for Courtney and Eddie.
Hey! I was put God first.
And we're back.
What's up, Justin? What's up, man? How you been doing, man?
I'm good, y'all. KOED fam, how y'all doing?
Hey, man, doing great.
So first, let's just kind of, prepare the people for Justin. Yes, we have Justin from Married at First Sight. We're so excited. Yes, he is in the building. He is on a live with Courtney and Eddie. It's such an honor.
That's
so,
right.
Before we get into it, go ahead, baby. You want to say something?
Yeah, man. I know you from Alabama, right?
Roll Tide.
Huh?
Roll Tide.
Nah, War Eagle, man.
Roll Tide.
I brother went to Auburn, man. And you know what Auburn did? Let's see. They went to the national championship. They beat who? They beat Oregon.
Yeah, it was 2011. I remember that.
You remember that, don't you, man?
That was a good year.
Yeah,
Barely.
Hey,
y'all barely got that win.
Yeah, but we got it.
That's fair.
All right, so Justin from Married at First Sight. So let's just go ahead and get into it. We're not gonna prolong the time because I know people want to hear what you have to say. So first of all, thank you so much for accepting our invitation to come on Courtney and Eddie. We loved you on the season, even though sometimes we had some little funny moments with you and stuff. So we did love you on the season, and we enjoyed actually reviewing.
Oh yeah, man. You know, I enjoyed you on the show at first. It was kind of shaky, and I had to pull my shoe off at you a couple of times. Man, I said, man, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him, man? Man up, man. Man up. But
how did you feel about the shoe?
Say that. You know what? After he threw it at me so many times, I was like, let me get my crap together for this dude to come through the screen and actually like, look, boy.
So let me ask you, why did you sign up for Married at First Sight? What was it about Married at First Sight? Have you seen the previous seasons and you knew how it kind of went?
No, actually, I didn't. I had never heard of Married at First Sight at all. When they originally reached out to me, I thought they were a scam. You know how like those people your comments, they'd be like collab 4 p.m.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of those. So originally, I didn't take the initiation to do it. But what really got me into it is when I left Denver. I remember talking to my dad, and I was like, "Yo, is it silly of me to want to move to San Diego because I can't find a wife here in Denver? Like I've been here almost 5 years." And I felt like I had healed, and I've been in my career for a long time. And realistically, he was like, "Nah, man, you just know what you want." And I was like, "Appreciate you, pops. I appreciate that." And so when I made my move to San Diego, I asked my brother the same thing. He was like, "Nah, man, you just know what you want." So when the opportunity presented itself, and I put some thought into it, I was like, "Yo, I don't have nothing to lose,"
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
So the brother that we saw, was that the same brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was upset that you were doing the actual show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I kind of just told him, when I told him about Married at First Sight, it wasn't a deep conversation. It was just like, yeah, I'm thinking about going on this show.
Gotcha.
This docu-series is what the contract said, and that's exactly what I told him.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
So your brother, let's go back to him. Was he really concerned about you that much for being on the show?
Oh, let me tell you, my brother was not happy about it at all. But I'm the baby. I'm gonna do what I want to do regardless. Sometimes how I learn is by doing it, and then if I fail at it, I learn from my mistakes. And so because he played such a huge role in my life, him and my sister, it's hard for him to step out of that father role and just be my brother.
All right.
And so he's just overprotective. My sister's worse.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's worse. She's very protective of me. And she kept it with me straight. After all this was over. So yeah.
Oh well, since you're on that subject, we had a question also. How do your family feel about all that drama pointed towards you by the castmates? Was your family in their feelings about it, or how did they react?
Well,
all that.
My mom was not happy at all.
Wow,
my mom, it's almost like my mom was in the room listening to trap music. Like, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. You know, she called. She was like, no, they didn't. You know, but you know, that's Mama Bear. She gonna do that. You know, so I kind of had that expectation. My sister stopped watching the show because she was just like, you know, the way they portray him just ain't it. You know, but one thing about it, I do cry a lot. You know, I always have. You know, and I always will because that's just what works for me. You know, but she wasn't happy. She didn't like how Alexis was treating me. She had no love for her whatsoever. Wow. Yeah, you know, and so my sister's the type that, like, I mean, all of us, we come from the hood. You know, we were raised in the projects, and then we worked our way, you know, from the projects to the middle class. Some would say it was below poverty, but I called it middle class, you know, and we started going to better schools. So my sister's a lot more hood than I am. You know, so she just watched, she watched the show, and she was just like, she knew what type of person Alexis was. You know, it was times where my sister and Alexis FaceTime, and my sister wanted to get off the phone with her because she can just look at it and tell she wasn't interested or engaged, you know? So I'm kind of glad I didn't bring my sister on to Married at First Sight, because she would have been a different type of person.
She still got that hood in her, huh?
Yes, she did.
Yeah. You said that your sister is more hood than you. Where is the hood in you, Justin?
If I just
see the hood,
just a little bit right here.
You know what? What I consider the hood is, you know, when I watched the show back, people were saying that I was trying to make up for my masculinity, you know, at the reunion. Right. No, that was the hood version of Justin. Okay. And I say that because there's a light switch. You know, people was giving me crap that I was a doormat to Alexis, but the second I stood up for myself, I was a jerk. It was a lose-lose situation for me. Yeah. So when that really kind of surprised me, but I lost my train of thought.
Oh, that's okay. The hood part with your sister.
Yeah.
You know. So
well,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
My bad. That was just the hood part. I say is because we come from the projects. And one thing about the project is you gotta know how to fight. Just saying. Right. Yeah. You know, you got.
Was it Alabama? Y'all grew up in Alabama?
Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
Come on now. I grew up in the Birmingham projects, man. Come on, man. What Mobile projects got on? Come on.
That's right, man. You got y'all was on first 48. We ain't got none
of y'all. So how your dog doing? You still have your dog, and
yes.
How is she doing?
You know, Maya's doing really good. Man, she definitely got some PTSD. You know, the trainer I sent to ended up abusing her and sending me a video of it.
Really?
Yeah, she sent me a video. My dog was tied up, and I don't know if they was doing a training exercise. I don't know, but a dog was running towards my dog, off leash, and my dog attacked that dog. You know. And I was like, well, as she should, you know, she was defending herself. Right. And so the next day, I remember just driving. I remember I was supposed to film, and I was like, no, whatever. I'm going to go get my dog. And I went and picked her up. Wow. So she, my bad. I do that a lot. Sorry.
No, go ahead,
man. She got some PTSD for sure. But I got this CBD that I've been using for her. That I get from Colorado specifically. Right. So she's been on it for about 4 months now, so it's helping out a lot.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Man, I hate to hear that though about that. I really do.
Yeah. Learn a lesson.
Yeah.
Let's go back a little bit. So what was it like going through the casting? So, you know, you had to go. So what was that like? Were you nervous? Did you think that you were going to get picked? I mean, like, what was it like?
Well, you know, initially, yes. You know, after they surprised me at my house, this is where me and Nate were friends. You know, yeah. So basically, we had the workshop, and after the workshop is where all the action started. That's when Dr. Pepper showed at my house, and so me and Nate would actually text each other and be like, "Hey, such and such just came to my house." I'm like, "Oh man, she might be coming my way," you know. So we was kind of building that rapport from there, but I sort of knew I was going to get picked because there's no way Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal will be wasting time, right? You know, coming to visit your home
right.
you know, to sit with and talk to you for an hour and a half. So I knew I was going to get picked. What I didn't know is they was going to match me with exactly what I didn't ask for. So to get a little bit deeper in that, you know, one of the things was they was like, would you be okay with a woman that goes to the club every weekend? That's what they said. And I was just like, no, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I can feel you on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it is an experiment. You know?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, speaking of Nate, you know, y'all was friends at first, right?
And you consider it being a friendship, right? Or building a friendship, right? Okay.
Yeah, I consider building a friendship.
Okay, so you said he hit on you, right?
Now,
because that was a big controversy over that in the comments. You know, I tried to defend you, man. They came after me, man. I gave up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, did he actually hit on you, or did you like took it the wrong way?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I think it's more of a culture gap. What it is, and so that's how I'm gonna paint that picture. So when it happened, you know, exactly like that. You know, when he was complimenting me, he was just like, "Hey man, you got some nice skin. You know, you got good looking teeth.
Right.
You know, why are you going on this show?" And so, like I said, the first time didn't bother me. It was the second time. And I was just like, you know, at the time I thought he was, you know, was fishing. But where I'm from in Alabama, we don't compliment men in that context. Alabama is a very reserved state, so we'd be like, "Hey, bro, that's a nice suit." You know what I'm saying? "Oh man, you hitting the gym." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it was the context of it that made me uncomfortable. Now, like I said, I probably shouldn't have insinuated that he was hitting on me, but I think that's something that I wasn't aware of when a man compliments you like that. You know, I just took it wrong.
Right.
And so a lot of that comes from being from Alabama, you know, being from a reserved state.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's more so what it is.
Yeah, because when that happened, you know, a lot of women in the comments said, "Oh, I don't see nothing wrong with that," you know. And I was trying to explain to the women. So for some reason, women think they can think like men, you know. Go figure, huh? So you know, I was trying to explain to them, you know, well, it depends on the content of the compliment. You know, like you said, if you said, "Man, you've been working out, man. Oh, I like the shoes," that's different. But you come tell me, "Oh, I got some pretty skin," or "my eyes look pretty." Man, we got problems, man. You cross
now.
that line.
I will say they should normalize that. That should be normalized everywhere, but it's not.
I know, I get, but like you said, we from a different area. We from Alabama. We from a conservative state, and we just don't roll that way.
I think people like in California, they're more freer with their expression, with their, you know, with a lot of things. And so, you know, like you said, so how long were you in California? How long have you been in California?
So I moved to California officially July of 21.
Okay, so you ain't been that long enough. Okay.
So you were from Alabama. I heard you say something about Denver.
You went to Denver first.
Yeah. So pretty much what it was is I was in Denver, Colorado for almost 5 years. And then before that, I was in Alabama for 5 years. And before that, I was in Portland for 4 years. And then before that, I was in Oceanside, California. So I typically move around every 5 years.
Oh, really? Why is that?
I ain't got no kids.
Oh, okay, you ain't gotta be like that. Ain't got no kids.
You know, I like to travel, man. I like to explore. I hiked 122 trails when I was in Denver, man. We did a few 14ers. We did some wild stuff.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. We went hiking one time, but we got lost in the woods, and
it's part of the journey.
Man, ain't no man. Yeah, we dehydrated, and some people found us on the trail, led us back.
All right, so here's the hack when you go hiking and you're unfamiliar with it. Leave a sticky note on your window, letting them know the trail, the time, and the time you're supposed to be back. And then for the next hiker that's going to come, if they see that on your car and you're not back at that time, they'll know to call 911.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, see?
But I ain't going hiking no more, so let me ask you this. So let's go. let me ask. I got two questions. You said something about your dad, but then you said your brother raised you. So, can you give a little bit more clarity on that?
Yeah, no. Okay. Yes and no. Okay. So my dad wasn't in my life at all. My dad was more of in and out of my life. You know, he was very inconsistent with that, but he was always a phone call away. So that was more of if I would need to have tough conversations, or if I'm having insecurities about something, you know, and I don't want to express it, you know, I feel like, you know, only a father figure can understand, I would call him. Right. You know, so he would always be a phone call away. He just wasn't present in my life like my mom raised me, you know.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. Did you want to ask?
Yeah, I was going to ask you this. Let's go back to your ex-wife, Alexis.
Oh yeah, is it officially ex?
Yes.
Okay. All right. When she was going out there and saying, "Oh, my husband's celibate. He's celibate," did that rub you the wrong way? It's like she was trying to tell the whole world that you were celibate, and also she was trying to paint that as being a negative thing. So did that kind of get on your skin?
You know, originally when she would say, you know, watching it back, I'm like, gosh, that was so insulting, you know. But in the present moment, I didn't take it like that because it's not how I think. Right. You know, like I don't think about negative thoughts. I have my moments, but it was more so of I just didn't take it like that. You know, I didn't understand the context of it. Even when we were in the car and she mentioned like the thrust, I didn't know what that was. That's why I ain't say nothing. You know, I was like, what thrust? You know, I had a Google. I was like, oh, that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, man. What you gotta do about the thrust, you gotta go to the gym, put some weights on your hip. And that's how you get your thrust down packed, man. So keep that in mind.
So it really didn't register at that time, but then later on watching it back, you thought that was kind of, you know, really
correct. So after watching it back, you know, what really surprised me about Alexis is we would have these conversations, you know, after we would have our OTF. The OTF is our one-on-ones with our individual producers. And so we'll come back and she would be like, oh yeah, baby, you know, I talked about this, I talked about that. And so that's why, you know, when you watch the show, people would say, man, he don't say anything. He don't say anything back, because the way I am, if I feel some type of way, I'm gonna talk about it behind closed doors.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna go argue. I mean, I have my moments, but for the most part, if it's like something like an insult, we're gonna talk about it behind closed door. Right. I don't believe in embarrassing my wife in public, no matter how much she embarrassed me to an extent.
To a yeah.
And so, yeah, I reached my breaking point.
Okay, so why do you think that y'all didn't make it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it like? We can kind of see, but what do you actually feel you were actually in the marriage? We weren't.
Yes, you know, we honestly, you sure was. Well, go ahead.
I'll say, you know, realistically, I feel like. Wait, ask me that question again.
Why do you think y'all didn't make it? You know what I'm saying? What was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it. So yes, so I feel like the reason we didn't make it was because watching it back, you know, Alexis wasn't there for marriage. She was there for attention. She was there, and I still stick by this. She was there for clout. You know, I don't think because and because, you know, I don't know if the ladies were afraid of her, or, you know, they just didn't want to hold her accountable or whatever. They just didn't want to get in her business. You know, she took that and she ran with it. You know, she took advantage of my loyalty, because my problem is my word, and I try to stick by that. Right. And she knew that. And so I felt like she didn't want to be there, you know, and she was just trying to stick out. She was just trying to stick it out until the 8-week was over, you know, for the attention. And I had a conversation with her at the retreat at the winery, and I pulled her aside and I was like, yo, you know, like, are you really in this? I said, because if not, like, let me know so I can get my emotions in order. Right. And she says, why would you ask me something like that? And I said, it just feels like you're here for attention. You know, one of the things that you guys didn't see is she wanted to be a bottle girl, you know? And so, so she wanted to be a bottle girl. I told her that was a no-go for me. And she just kept going at it. And finally I was like, look, do what you want to do. And when she decided to go downtown and be a bottle girl, she asked me how I felt about it. And I was like, I feel disrespected. I do. And me being me, I should have known then, but trying to stick it out. So no, you guys didn't see that. But yeah, she wanted to be a bottle girl.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry to cut you off, man, but I'm old school.
Do you know what a bottle girl?
No, I do not know what a bottle girl is. Where's a bottle girl?
So a bottle girl is when you go to the club and you have a VIP section and you have the girls that are going around. And they're and so the reason that was an issue, she was like, Justin, you're insecure. And I said, nah, I don't want my wife to be sexualized. You're putting yourself in a situation to be sexualized. It's different going to the store and doing your everyday life, And so for those reasons is the reason I believe she came on for clout, and not to be married. Because when I had the conversation with the guys, Nate was just like he said, what is this, college? Like I thought I was crazy, but when you're going through that experience, you don't have anybody that's actually seeing what's going on to be like, Justin, you know what I'm saying? Do you see what's happening right now?
Right.
It's just you and your wife. The producers are not in it. Mavs are not in it, but like the living is us and the cameras out in the living room for the most part.
Wow. Okay. Speaking of Nate and the female friends, are you still friends with anybody from the cast? Cause I know you went out there and unfollowed everybody. Unfollow.
I'm gonna clarify that. So I think, hold on, my bad. So the way I use social media is I work in social media. Like I work as a search engine optimization specialist. I help businesses rank number 1 on Google without paying for it. Organically.
We don't need to talk to you.
You know what? It'll be a pleasure. I promise. It'll be a pleasure. I love it. I nerd out on it. And so when it comes to social media is about engagement. It's not about trolling. It's about engagement.
Right.
And so the way I explain it to them, and I explained this to Nate, I said, Nate, we don't engage. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch you guys watch my stories, like I look at the analytics. And so you guys are just trolling. After we went through the process, of I unfollowed Nate. Actually, let me go back. I unfollowed Nate after the Morgan thing happened when he was interrogating Morgan. And so me, Nate, and Ben actually went on a walk around the little community, and he expressed that he don't get in people's businesses, and I was just like, all right, cool. I stuck by my story. You pick and choose. That was that. So that's when I unfollowed him. Then we squashed that towards the end, and then I refollowed him. I was like, cool, we're gonna work on our, our friendship or whatever it is, and kind of go from there. So I'm gonna follow you again. So when I say I didn't unfollow. Actually, I didn't follow the entire cast.
See,
I did. You want me to go through individuals though?
No. We were just wondering.
Like, do you still have a friendship?
Right.
I mean, do you have a friendship with any of them?
Anybody?
Yes. So all of the guys, we go out every blue moon where it's just the guys and we'll get some food. Recently, all the guys came, included Nate. Yep. But on a regular, I would say probably just me and Miguel.
You and Miguel. Okay.
Yep. So I'm going to Big Bear next week for vacation, and I invited him, and I said, dude, I'm just going for some peace, dog. I got an extra bedroom. You can stay in it free of charge,
All right.
Ben and I keep in contact.
You just said we don't know what that is, but it sounds nice.
It's in Colorado.
No. Big Bear is in the mountains of California. That's where you get all the snow.
Oh, like Northern California?
Nope.
So
it's still southern, just higher altitude.
Oh, man, I'm sucking.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, but yeah, just Miguel. But as far as a group chat, all of us are in the group chat. Me, Miguel, Mitch, and Ben. So like when we guys, they're hanging out this weekend, and so so it's hit or miss, but for the most part, everybody are cordial.
Okay.
Well, good deal.
Good deal. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad to see that, man, because I hate seeing y'all going after each other like y'all was on the reunion, man. I was like,
You know what's funny? Nate and I ran into each other the day after the reunion, in the very same spot that we met at.
Really?
Yeah, because where he lives, my dog goes to the grooming salon right across the street, and we talked about it, and we basically just like, man, 30 years from now, we're gonna be laughing at this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no point in holding beef. So, we squashed it. It happened.
That's good.
I wish I could, I wish I could go back and I wish I would have went to him directly, like I told him, but I didn't. It happened. You move on from it.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys, squashing that because, you hate to see that, you know what I'm saying? The way y'all was going back and forth, but it seemed like Nate was being kind of petty though, because he was so adamant about why you unfollowed him like that. So he was so adamant about it, so he didn't want to let it go. But
people was giving me crap about it, but I felt like they didn't hold Nate accountable at all. Like he even said it. He was like, Justin, I kept poking at you, and eventually, you snapped.
Yeah,
and he got exactly what he wanted. So again, I feel like when it comes to Nate and me, because people have this stigma that I'm not attractive. First of all, I don't know where they got that from.
I know
I'm saying?
Clean it up.
Like, first off, look, I've been feeling attractive for 34 years, and so when somebody or the world say, "Bro, I'm like, I don't know who you looking at. You must ain't looking at the same person because this guy here look good."
That's right. That's right.
So that's that. So
yeah, I'm glad you spoke on that, man, because I had an issue with that because it seemed like in our comments they was picking sides. They didn't realize, or they didn't point out the part that Nate was poking and poking and poking until you had to say something. But your reaction, they jumped on. You know what I'm saying? So I had an issue with that, but I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah, good deal. So I know you said something, and this this recording is about to end, so we don't have that much time. But I know you did say something about was Nate picking with Morgan? You said.
Oh, it was the scene where they show all the guys and the girls was at Morgan Place, and Nate asked, "What's up with the hostility?"
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was that right there.
Okay. So, what did you learn about marriage, and are you gonna do this thing again?
You gonna get married, man? You gonna walk down the aisle?
Nope, I'm not getting married for a while. I got a nice lady in my life. I do indeed. I met her before the show, and yeah, I'm in another relationship, but I'm not rushing to get married anytime soon.
Man,
so you met her before the show, but y'all didn't start,
after the show,
right?
Yeah.
Man, it's all right, man. Take your time, man. Take your time, and from an OG to a young G, take your time, man. Once you find that right one, you'll know it, man. You will.
Oh yeah, facts, man. Facts. Hey, and I'm sorry if I answered your questions that if I answered them too long, I'm a talker.
Oh man, no, man. It's the Alabama thing here, man. Shoot.
It
is. Okay, so
where you from, Courtney?
She from here. Don't get her the big head. She from right here in Alabama. She's just as country as I am.
Yeah.
So what did you learn by watching the show? What did you learn about yourself? Is anything that you could have changed or something that was that growth from watching all of it?
Well, I learned a lot. One of the things I learned is that I can control my emotions better, so I can definitely get the right tools and use them. And that way for my next partner, I can be there for her, and she don't have to always be there for me, without me realizing, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah. I learned to have boundaries and non-negotiables. Non-negotiables like my animals.
Right.
Non-negotiables. Right. And just have those boundaries, and when those boundaries are crossed, sometimes you have to draw that line despite how it's going to make that person feel. So that's what I learned.
Yeah. Well, one more question, man, from me. Have you ran across Alexis? Have y'all bumped into each other or whatnot?
Alexis lived 3 minutes from me.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
We both lived. Basically, we all lived downtown. We're cordial as far as like working out the divorce.
Right.
But other than that, we don't talk.
Okay.
So, did she really try to come to your apartment or wherever you stayed?
She said if she left the club and she was drunk.
Twice.
She did.
So
Twice?
I'm gonna tell you the story. Can I tell you the story?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the first time she called me and she's like, "What are you doing, husband?" And I was like, "What?" I said, I thought we were done. And the first time she didn't show up, she made it seem like she was going to show up on the first time, and that's when my new lady was at my house. Yeah. And so the second time was when she actually came to my house. She took a scooter to my house. And the way my house was set up is I had a buzz code and you can buzz yourself in or whatever.
Right.
And she took a scooter. She had on these black see-through leggings. And she tried, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good." That's exactly what I told her. And so when I walked into her car the next morning, I just thought she was too drunk to drive home.
Right.
She told me, she was like, I wanted some, and I said, I know. And I gave her in the car and I left. The thing is, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, the thing is, let's finish the thing.
I caught myself. Look, I caught myself.
Oh,
okay. See,
what I
was about to ask him was, did Alexis at this time when she was doing this, did she know you had a new woman in your life?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alexis didn't learn about her until probably when I brought her out on a date with me and Miguel, and Lindy came, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Lindy went back and told her.
Girl, I saw him out there with another girl.
Yep.
So are you and Ben okay? Y'all are good because y'all in good.
Yeah, how Ben doing?
I mean, Ben is great. I don't talk to him as much. I talk to him occasionally when I go out of town. He'll come through and house sit for me because he has a good relationship with Maya. So we're cordial. We're not besties,
right?
But we talk.
I didn't know this situation. between the Morgan going back. I mean, I'm saying all that back and forth and stuff like that. It was, yeah.
It happened. I learned at the end of the day, some of the stuff that people was giving me crap for, like on the speakerphone, I'm like, I'm in my house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I talk on the speakerphone now, if I can't find my earpods.
Right.
So people gonna be people.
Well, I guess this was the last question.
Yeah.
So, homeboy. When the next time you gonna make that trip back to Alabama?
February. I'll be there for Mardi Gras.
Really? You go to Mardi Gras? Down in Mobile?
Do I go to Mardi Gras? Sir, what, sir? Y'all don't have Mardi Gras in Birmingham, do you?
No. Well, we have a small one, but last time we went to Panama City. Yeah, we was in Panama City. They had a Mardi Gras down there. It was like, they had one down there. And sometimes we go to Gulfport, Mississippi.
Gulfport, man. I love me some Gulfport.
You do? Yeah.
Man, go down to the IP. I go for the seafood, the buffet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Can't beat it.
The who?
IP.
The IP. The IP casino.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. We go to Gulfport and we go to Gulf Shores and we go to Florida. Yeah.
So your mom is still in Alabama?
My entire family.
Oh,
okay. My entire family is in Mobile except for me and my brother.
Okay. Good deal.
Good deal, man.
So the final question: what are you currently up to? So we know you got a girlfriend
and a podcast.
Yeah. So tell the people what you currently up to.
Oh yes. So right now, I'm doing contract work for SEO. I opened up an LLC, so I'm doing my own SEO business.
Okay.
I just launched my podcast called Let's Talk Men and Emotions. And I got some special guests coming on from last season and the Houston season, and a few more guys coming on to talk about their emotions and how they deal with it. And you can find that on Spotify. And so it's also in my bio on Instagram.
Okay.
Say it again. Let's talk emotions.
Let's talk emotion. Let's talk men and emotions.
Okay.
Emotions.
Great.
Okay.
And I will put it in this video too. I will link it down in the description below so people can go to your podcast and Yeah, so definitely we're gonna contact you for the SEO stuff and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
push stuff in the
Google.
Send it to me, and I'll work on a full strategy for you guys. Have it back to you in 7 days.
Man, make sure you give us the homeboy discount.
Business is business. We ain't looking for no discount. So yeah.
I don't mind. Look, I'm gonna give y'all a roll tide discount.
I pay full price then.
But Justin, this has been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to get to chit chat with you. So, you know, if you ever in Birmingham, or we gonna have to come to Mobile to see you because we want to see you in person. Because how tall are you? 7 feet?
I am 6'8".
6'8", yeah.
7 feet.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. He's 2 inches taller than me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also be on the lookout. I was in a recent. I got cast for a recent movie called 202.
Okay.
It's a spinoff of Get Out. And so my role, and so Married at First Sight actually landed me my first movie role.
Wow! Congrats, man! Yep. Congrats!
So it was nice.
So when is it airing?
I'm not sure yet. We're still filming. We have about 5 more days of filming this month, and we should be done. But you guys will see. There'll be a trailer.
Okay, great. That is awesome.
You better not embarrass us, Alabama people up there. Oh no! Here come the monster! Don't do that.
hey, maybe I can be the next Daniel Kaluuya. You know, we'll see.
Oh yeah, we shall see. We shall see. We shall see.
Well, Justin, again, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation, coming and chit and chat with Courtney, and thank you for watching us while you had during this season.
Of course,
so we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
I appreciate it.
Did you enjoy watching us on TV on YouTube?
Yes, actually, you know, your views are very transparent. They're not biased. They're facts.
Right.
And so, you know, one of the things I love about watching you is I always learn something. I'm like, you're right. I can't work on that. You know, and having Eddie there, you know, is even better because it's from a male's perspecple. Exactly. You know, and I can be like, okay, so yeah, that's why I watch you guys. Yeah,
man. You know, when you need to talk to Unc, you know where I'm at, man.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to talk and vent, whatever you want to do. So yeah, we've been known to be some people's auntie and uncle.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just don't understand why we gotta be uncles and aunties.
Yeah,
why we can't be?
Somebody said from that. He's like, I feel like y'all my auntie and uncle. That's okay, nephew.
They trying to call us old. That's what
I mean, you know, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say I can see that, you know, auntie and uncle, you know.
Man, forget you, man.
I was gonna say my second parents, but you know.
Okay. All right. 34.
I'm 34.
34.
No, the oldest one the oldest we got 29. So you pushing it.
Yeah, ain't close enough. Nah. But man, we appreciate you, though.
We appreciate.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah. I'm around 40 something. She's around like 53.
Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, Justin. Thank you so much, and we'll put all your information down below so that people can follow you. And hopefully, this will not be the last time that we will see you on our TVs.
Yes, I hope not. I mean, if you guys will have me, I'll love to do it.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt, man. Anytime, brother. Anytime, man.
And definitely when the movie come out, come on back over.
Yeah. So we can kind of push it on out there for you. And also, next time when you go to Mobile, let us know, man. We might drive down to Gulfport. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm down with that. That'll be nice right there. Y'all can meet my new woman.
Ooh.
Yes. All right. All right, because she got to get approved by auntie and uncle.
Yeah, that's right. You know,
that's facts right there.
Thank you so much, and we will see you around, Justin. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, brother.
All right.
I appreciate you guys.
All right,
bye.